You pick up your phone just for a second, maybe to check the weather, but suddenly it is 30 minutes later, and you have scrolled through news, reels, random ads, and 3 messages you forgot to answer. Your coffee is cold, your brain feels full, and somehow you do not remember a single thing you just consumed. This is not your fault. In 2025, distraction is not an accident. It is the product. Modern apps are built to hijack your attention. They reward you not for thinking deeply, but for staying engaged. Endless scroll, autoplay, push notifications. Everything is designed to keep your brain slightly unsatisfied, so you reach for the next hit. And your brain is responding. Neuroscientists call it the novelty loop. Each new post gives you a small spike of dopamine, just enough to want more, but never enough to feel complete. Over time, this constant stimulation changes how your brain works. You become less tolerant of boredom. You lose your ability to focus deeply. You start craving inputs, not because they matter, but because your brain has forgotten how to rest. In 2025, this problem has reached a new level. We are not just distracted. We are exhausted from being overstimulated all the time. Short videos, short thoughts, short attention spans, and at the end of the day, a long feeling of emptiness. You did so much, and yet you feel like you did nothing real. The average person now taps or swipes their phone over 2,600 times per day. That is not just time. That is energy. That is presence. That is life. The human brain was never built for this much input. For most of history, your attention was directed at one thing at a time. Cooking, walking, listening, solving a real-world problem. Now it is pulled in 20 directions per minute. By headlines, by messages, by ads, pretending to be content. And by content, pretending to care about your life. This constant mental switching creates cognitive fatigue. You might call it brain fog. That fuzzy, restless feeling where your thoughts feel like static. You are not sick. You are overstimulated. Your body pays the price too. Studies show that constant phone use increases stress hormones like cortisol. Your sleep quality drops. Your heart rate variability suffers. Even your digestion can be affected when your nervous system is always on high alert. Emotionally, the effects go deeper. When you are always reacting, you stop feeling. You laugh at memes, but feel numb when real joy shows up. You see 100 sad stories a day, but stop feeling sadness. Because your empathy is tired. Even time starts to feel strange. Have you ever spent 3 hours on your phone and felt like 5 minutes had passed? That is not time well spent. That is time stolen. Worst of all is digital noise drowns out your inner voice. You scroll to escape your thoughts, but lose yourself in the process. Your goals feel blurry. Your values get quieter. Your identity becomes reactive instead of intentional. And then the guilt arrives. You know you are spending too much time online. But the more tired and unfocused you feel, the harder it gets to stop. So you scroll more and feel worse. It is not a lack of willpower. It is a system designed to keep you stuck. But you are not powerless. The solution's not to throw your phone into a lake. You do not have to quit the internet or live in the woods. But you do have to take your attention seriously. Because no one else will. Start with awareness. Notice how often you reach for your phone without a reason. Not to create, not to connect, just to fill the silence. Catch that moment, pause. Ask yourself, what am I really looking for? Then reclaim small pockets of stillness. Turn off notifications for one day. Put your phone in another room during meals. Go for a walk without headphones. You will feel the withdrawal at first, that itch to check something. That is not boredom, that is detox. Your brain needs quiet to heal, to think clearly, to imagine, to process emotions. Noise feels normal now, but silence is where clarity lives. Rebuild your attention like a muscle. Start small. Read a few pages of a book without checking your phone. Have one full conversation without glancing at a screen. Schedule focus time, not for work, but just to be fully present. You can also create buffer zones. Start and end your day without screens. Replace late-night scrolling with something slower, journaling, stretching, real rest. Let your nervous system know. The day is done. You are safe. You are allowed to slow down. Remember, you are not your feed. You are not your likes. You are not the sum of everything you consume. You are the one who decides what enters your mind and what does not. Digital detox is not a trend. It is a survival skill. In a world that is louder every day, the ability to disconnect is a superpower. So take your mind back, piece by piece, day by day. You do not have to disappear. Just return to yourself once in a while,